Hey curl friends, welcome back to my channel. So as the title of the video says, this is going to be a medium rod set tutorial. Now just like my previous rod set tutorial where I use smaller rods, I'm going to use the same technique, but I'm using a medium sized rod. So like before, we always start with freshly washed, deep conditioned hair, and we're just going to get right into adding the leave-in conditioner here and then the coconut oil to seal in on that moisture. So we're just going to do those first two steps before we even get started, to cut down on time so you don't have to do this for every section, like always. Now, like I always say, I don't go into detail on the products that I use, but if you'd like me to, please let me know and I will do that. So at this point, when I'm going to roll this section of hair, I'll add the styling cream to that section only and then proceed to wrapping the hair around the rods. Same technique as before, basically just wrapping it around the rod and smoothing the ends so it stays in place. I have noticed that using a larger rod, it is a lot easier, and it does also take down on time because you have a larger radius of the rod to wrap the hair around, so it's not as many rotations around the perm rod. Pretty simple. I'll show you again here how that works. Just make sure you smooth the ends. That is very important to make sure the set comes out right so the ends are smooth in place. So we're going to do that around the entire back side of the head, and as you can see, it's kind of like maybe like a layered look once you set the rods, and that's going to make a big difference as to how this comes out in the end. So now we've gotten to the sides. So basically what I wanted to do was continue to try and make that layered look on each side. So I did 2 rows kind of on top of each other on each side. Same way with rolling the rod around the rod basically, and like I said before, I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure you smooth those ends down. So I've done it on both sides here, and you can see how it has a little layer, and you'll see how all the curls lay, which is why I like doing it this way. But you can do it however you like, just as long as you have the hair wrapped around the rod and make sure it's smooth nicely. So on the front, I decided to do like a bang coming towards the front. So instead of having these go down the side or each side, or you can do a part down the middle. Now that I think about it, this could have been done that way, but I did it with them coming forward. So I did about 3 rows here. There was really nothing difficult about this style, especially if you can get through a small rod set. Going to a medium one, it's like, okay, we've done this before, and it's not as many rollers. I think I used, I'll have to check, I think I used maybe 40 of these. I'll have to double check, and I'll put it in the description down below. So as you can see how I have them coming towards the front, so it's kind of like, you know, one big row, like a big circle around my head of rods in a row, each coming to the center as layers. And of course, there's always a couple strands that just don't want to get in line. Like, stay in formation with everyone else. But hey, ended up putting that back in there, so no worries. So this is the next morning. I let them dry overnight. I did not get under the dryer at any time through this style. I think I finished in enough time to where I didn't need to sit under the dryer. So this was just an overnight dry. And like, I love the turnout. They were very moisturized. The L.O.C method in this case always does me justice. I didn't have to apply any additional moisture before taking these out. There was a lot of body. I think, you know what, I didn't take them out right away. I did let them kind of let gravity do its thing so that they would drop some. So then I took them out later in the day. And I kind of do that a lot with the rod sets, because when you're pulling on them and tugging on them to get the elongated look, it causes frizz and it kind of ruins the style. But if you just let them hang on their own and let gravity do its thing, it kind of all works out. And as you can see, when I'm separating them here, I am pulling them before I separate, just to give it even a little bit longer look as well. So as you can see, once I take it all out, it doesn't look as shrunken as it did when I first took the rods out. So that's another good way to think about it. If you just let them, if you have the time, just let them just hang there for a minute before you immediately start breaking the curl up. But as always with any style, just play with it on your own, however you want it to look. I play with it some. I love frizz, so I just, play with it, kind of give it a little messy curl, not so defined, but I did leave some definition in there so that I can get this to last me a couple days. So I was really pleased with this. I liked it. I can't say which ones I like better, the small or the medium, but the medium does give it a different, looser look. So I did like the outcome of this. But that's it. So just, if you like this, have any questions, please comment down below, like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.